Welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I am Gerry. Today I am joined by Jordan and Terry, and we will be talking about the Norwich match coming up this weekend. But first, I have something kind of cool. We have a new partnership, and so here's what's going on with it. Click the link below in the description there, and you can go to the online store where you can find all your Everton kits and merchandise. Me and my special lady friend, my wife, we've already been looking through there for Christmas gifts for my kids. Already been doing it. So now's a decent time to be checking that out. And if you, because they have loads of discounts on it at the minute, and use our code. It's a special code for the Toffee Blues. Use the code Toffee Blues 5. That's TOFFEEBLUES 5, and you'll get 5% off. All right, at checkout, which is pretty awesome. And you'll be getting Everton merchandise, and you'll be supporting our show. It's kind of a cool thing. If you're already going to be, shopping there, put in the code, and you could, save money, and you can help us. Just a thing. If you're interested in saving money, and if you care about Jordan and Terry. Yeah. All right. So something like that. All right. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about Norwich match. Hold on. I have a card to flip. Got it. All right. So current form, Norwich makes for good viewing for us. They're 20th in the table. Hey, don't feel so bad now. All right. They're 2-1-9. They have a -17 goal differential, and they're at 7 points. Their past three matches, they've 3-1 loss to Man United, 2-0 loss to Brighton, 2-0 loss to Watford. Possible lineup. Old Tim Krul is still out there, so he'll probably be starting in goal. Max Aarons, Teddy, Godfrey, Lewis, Tribal, Buendia, Kenny McLean, Stiepermann, Hernandez, and Timu Puki, all right, of, I believe, Finnish descent, yes? He's their main goal scorer. He's got 6 goals and 2 assists, and Buendia right now has 4 assists for them. And they typically run like either a 4-2-3-1 or 4-1-4-1, depending on how you look at it. So, let's start with Jordan. What should we be on the lookout for with this Norwich squad, and anything where you're expecting that might give us trouble or we may have success with?
Well, you just mentioned him there, the forward, Timu Puki. 6 goals. I know most of them come at the start of the season, I think. But he looks dangerous. So, yeah, got to look out for him, because our top scorer is 3 in the Premiership, I think. They've got one with 6 in the bottom of the league. So he is obviously the key man for them. I think there's a midfielder called Stiepermann, is it? He always seems...
Yeah, is it Stiepermann or Stiepermann? I wasn't sure how to say it, so,
I'm not certain, to be honest. But, I mean, I've only watched not every Norwich game this year, but he does seem to like to have a shot outside the box. Most of them go over the bar, but you've just got to be on the lookout for them long-range efforts from him. And the full-back seem to like bomb on. But apart from that, I'm not really... I didn't know they had a -17 goal difference until you just told me then. I mean, we've got to capitalise on that, surely. But, like, I know there's no easy games, and Watford have just got, I think, that their first win against them. So we should be looking to after these, to be honest. And apart from the forward, I don't really see them as much of a threat for us, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. I think their coach's name is Farka. I watched a short documentary on them on like NBC Sports here in the States. I mean, it's a good little story. I think they've got a nice song. I think it's Fark Life. I think that's the way it works. The Norwich supporters.
Hope you know it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm. That's good for them, It's but yeah. So I don't know. I didn't know a whole lot about. I know that we talked about them earlier this year. You see all the tape of them playing out of the back against City, and they get the big win against City. However, I feel like that's been the peak of their season so far. To be fair to them, that would be the peak of most clubs' season in the world. You know, you get a victory over them and you play out of the back against them. But I'm not sure that necessarily is that indicative of the way they play like every game, or was that sort of a situational thing?
Well, I don't know, because like Palace done it last year at City. You get the freak results, don't you? I just think they've had. I'm hoping they've had a little high now because they haven't won in 7 games. So I think that is more of a freak result for me personally. I mean, to beat City 3-2, not many teams do that, but it's got to be a one-off because they're 20th in the table.
It was the universe conspiring to help Liverpool. That Norwich, this awful team with 50 injuries that day, managed to beat Man City and then go back to normal after it. It's just, I wouldn't count that as anything other than a freak of fate looking to step in to help the Reds out. Let's be honest.
That's what I say to that. I shake my head. It's a knowing shake of the head. Like, I know, Terry, I know, and I don't want to think about it. So Terry, obviously you are an expert on Norwich. You've watched all of their games 4 times this season. It's what he does with every bit of our opposition. He studies them fully. No, in all seriousness, I guarantee you he's watched them more than I have, though. Terry, what have you noticed when you've watched this club play? Anybody in particular that catches your eye besides the ones that we've mentioned? And do you feel like there's any particular players that may have success for us against them?
Not really. I mean, I haven't actually watched them much outside of the earlier games of the season. Like yourselves, I saw them in the game against Liverpool, the first game. They got obviously a bit of a hiding off Liverpool in that game, but they surprised people. They made Liverpool's defence look a little bit more porous than it had done going into the season, and Liverpool have carried that on as well. Obviously, they don't look as strong at the back, but they're still getting the results. Then there's obviously the City game, which was, as we've said, it was a bit of a fluke result. They're very open. They've come up and they said, well, we're still going to play our way. We're not going to, suddenly go pragmatic and just, kick and bite and scratch to stay up. We're going to play football the way we want to and the way we have been playing. So that's why they've got minus 17 goal difference, because they're shipping a lot of goals, and no game is ever, no results ever granted in the Premier League. There's always we are living testament to that. It's games you go into and you think you should win, and you don't. But we need to win this game. A home match against the 20th team in the table, who were really open at the back. You couldn't ask for more. This would be the game where I'd be looking to get Moise Keane on the pitch for a good spell of time. See if we can get it open as accounts. We've got to win this game, because an open attacking team, and they're the type of teams we're fine with. But usually when we're playing an open attacking team, it's with quality players like a Chelsea or a Man City, and everyone else below those types of teams they'll have good players, but they'll shut up shop when we struggle. The Burnleys, the player teams like that. But very rarely will we get a team who are going to be this open with such low quality players. It's only really Pookie who I think is any particular danger before the game. Obviously, that could come back and bite me come 5 o'clock on Saturday. But who knows? He's due a goal, so obviously here come Everton to sort him out. But we need to win this game. Just have to.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things we've had a lot of trouble with these bunker backs, lower half of the table types of squads that are trying to make us, they're just daring us to penetrate and create. But I am optimistic about this one, because they play so open, because they dare you. It's interesting, I admire clubs that play like that, but at the same time I wonder, is it is it naive to think that they'll be able to continue to play that, daring, attacking football when they get to the Premier League against, better opposition? That's what I feel like you always end up seeing the manager get sacked, and then they bring in one of those stopgap managers who's been around for years, who just wants to sit there and play, defend, counterattack, set piece, defend, and try to chip away and not get relegated. Relegation specialist, essentially. I always wonder about that. It's like it's admirable, but is it naive? I don't know. I don't know enough about the circumstance. I don't know what I would do in that circumstance. I haven't owned a football club in years, guys. So, yeah. I was like, Jordan took a second. He's like, when did you own one? Too many. So, guys, possible lineup. Let's talk about... definitely coached some U4 rec teams. I'll tell you that. So possible lineup, guys. Terry, let's have you start, and then we'll go to Jordan. Give our lineups. I have a feeling they're going to be pretty similar. I anticipate one difference.
There's not a lot of options really with the amount of injuries we've got. So we go Pickford in goal, Sidibe and Luca Dean, a fullback, Holgate and Mina at centre back, central midfield of Davies and Schneiderlin, Richarlison on the right, Calvert-Lewin up front, Iwobi on the left, and Sigurdsson behind the striker. I'd quite like to see Iwobi behind the striker, but I don't think Bernard's going to make it. So I think, then again,
mine is so different than yours, Terry.
So I listed them up, and I just thought, there's no Walcott, and he'll definitely start. So maybe we will. I'll stick with the team. I'll stick with that, but I'm probably going to be wrong on the Walcott thing. I think someone's going to drop out for him, but I'm going to stick with B11.
All right, Terry, sticking to his guns like the admirable, stubborn bull that he is. Jordan, what do you got?
To be honest, Gerry, I would just stick with the last team that won the Southampton game. Don't change a winning team. And I know people might say, Tosin's not good enough, but do you remember when Koeman was swapping the centre backs all the time, and no one could just leave him up there, give him a couple of games, give him a little run, because I don't think the other lads can do it at the minute. I know Calvert-Lewin's banged a few in, but it's mostly off the bench, or he's hit and miss, and just leave him up there. Right? I think he's hungry, Tosin. Just give him a couple of more games. But yeah, I'd keep the same team as Southampton. Ideally, I wouldn't have Schneiderlin in there because I'm not as big a fan. But I've heard Delph is a doubt. So who else are you putting in? You know what I mean?
Is Tosin not injured as well?
I've just heard. I've only heard Delph and Bernard are doubts. I might be wrong. I haven't heard nothing about Tosin, but that might be just me. I haven't across it.
I'm well wrong then. If Tosin's fit, then I'm at least 2 players wrong, but oh well.
I'm not saying that will be the lineup.
Yeah,
that's what I'd go with.
Yeah, and that's... I didn't necessarily think about that's what I would go with. I just thought that that's what he was going to do. I believe I done the exact same thing Jordan has said with Pickford, Sidibe, Mina, Holgate, Luca Dean, Schneiderlin, Davies, Richarlison on one wing, Walcott on the other, Sigurdsson in the middle, Cenk Tosin up front. I think that's exactly what you said. I think that's the way we started last time. I just had a feeling, there's a decent amount of times when Silva just doesn't change it if we get a win. Even though, let's be honest, the game it did turn a bit when we brought in Iwobi, when we brought in Calvert-Lewin. We did score right after that, However, we played pretty solid football before that in the first half.
Yeah.
So
first half could have been 5-0, couldn't it? It was just the final third.
Yeah.
But I'll just keep it the way it was for now, to be honest.
And Terry, I haven't heard anything about Tosin, but if Just so you know, everybody, Terry for some reason thinks Tosin is hurt, so look it up. Terry tends to have his ear to the ground.
I'm not sure if I've got crosswise with that. I did hear that he took a knock in international break, but then, as Jordan said, I saw on the online today that the 2 doubts were Bernard and Delph. So maybe he shipped that off. I don't know. Maybe I've clearly got it wrong. I think he probably.
Terry has guaranteed that Tosin is hurt right now. He's guaranteed it, everybody. No, it's So there's one time I got an injury wrong, Terry. I wouldn't worry. Just once. All right, predictions, gentlemen. Let's see here. I believe. We'll start with Jordan because we went with Terry first on the lineups.
Just before the prediction, I'd just like to say about Terry. You're saying about Moise Keane. I will definitely try and get him into the game at some point. I just wouldn't start him because the pressure's on him to score straight away. I would get him on though if whether we're losing or win, he comes on with the game a bit more open. That's all. But I just wouldn't start him for this one because the pressure will be on him to score. And if it's 0-0 half time, he brings him off. His confidence is down again. So that's why I'd go with Tosin. But anyway, my prediction, I'd like to say, I think we're due to kill someone. I'd just like to say 4-0, maybe even 5. I could come back to bite me, but I'd like to say that because I just think we're due to batter someone.
Jordan, not shying away from this one. He's meeting the challenge head on. Terry, what do you think?
I'm going to go with a more conservative 2-0, I think.
I am doing the same, Terry, by the way.
2-0.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a, I'm trying to, you know what though, Jordan? It may be the one to pick. You know what I mean? If you're gonna go big, this may be the one. And I don't think. I mean, if it were under better circumstances, I would say start Moise Keane, but we need a win. And also, I think it would be remarkably transparent for it to come at a time where his international coach has said, well, if he plays more, then he's got a better chance. You know what I mean? It seems like we're playing to other people instead of just doing what's best for the team. And that's, so I think that'd be overly transparent. If we were a little bit more where I think we all thought we would be, a little higher on the table, then, I think we could have imagined him starting today because it's one of those where we're playing against a team where, should win, whatever that means, you know what I mean? Because we've been proven to be silly for thinking that in the past. I don't think you can do it this time, though. I think you got to start. Silva's gonna. I could see Silva sticking to his guns, but at the same time, I also think he knows that Moise Keane is a human, and maybe it would give him a little confidence injection just to even start on the bench, just to be a part of the squad and available to come in. So we need a goal late, bring him in. Even if we got a lead, bring him in. It doesn't matter. I can imagine both scenarios that being good for him. So
I agree.
Agreed on all that. Wish he could start. Play the whole 90. Just don't really see that this time. Guys, anything else on this Norwich match?
No.
Just hopefully Anthony Gordon's on the bench because I'm really dying to see him in the blue. But apart from that, I'm done.
Just hope me 2-0 is a Gerry Mina, then Moise Keane goal each, and then just dancing all the way.
That is a great call. See, I was wanting like a Tom Davies, but he got one recently. So let's go Gerry Mina.
Gerry Mina in the first half, dancing away, and then come off the bench, Moise Keane, dance away as well.
Just so much of the dancing. And so, Terry, you made me want more things on Saturday. Well done. It's all right, guys. So I guess that's it for our Norwich match preview. And just as a reminder, don't forget the link that's down there in the description. Toffee Blues 5. That's our code. Discounts on Everton stuff. Helps them and us and you. Just all of us. Big blue family. It's nice. So, If you've been digging the videos, please subscribe to the Toffee Blues YouTube channel. We sincerely appreciate it. Something I didn't mention earlier, we just hit 3,000 subscribers, and that's you people, and we really appreciate it because that, a couple years ago, I'm not sure if I could wrap my brain around that. So, thanks so much. We, just appreciate it. The fact that we get to do this all the time is kind of awesome. So if you want more Jordan, keep an eye on his Twitter. He'll tell you when and where he's going to be. Also, if you want more Terry, Liverpool Echo fan jury, where they allow his brain droppings to stain their pages every so often. You like how I did that, Terry? I made it gross. But yeah, his they are fond of his Everton knowledge. So there you go. Also, Terry on the streets, hugs abound. Just saying. And that's it. Guys, thanks so much. Jordan, good to see you again.
Nice to be on.
Terry, much love to you as well.
You too, guys. Take it easy.
And for the rest of Everton Universe, much love to you. 3 points this weekend. It just needs to happen. No other choice. All right. Bye.
Right. I fucked up the team prediction because I've been playing so much Football Manager the last few days that I forgot what our last team was. So I just picked players who were available that I would have picked in Football Manager. And then I was like, oh shit, Walcott's been playing well and Tosin played well. Like, so I've totally left the two of them out. That's no way, that's not going to happen. When you said it's so different, I was like, why would it be? Oh, because real world.
Terry, I don't want to scare you here, but I'm sure you put 12 players in. I might be wrong.
No,
I might be wrong. Well, after what you
I want to win.
Sure, that's 12.
That's how you cheat on. That's how you cheat on Football Manager. You put 12 players in. But honestly,
hey editor, this footage actually may be good to intercut at some point, just right after we close. It actually would be pretty good for Terry's admissions of confusing real life with.
It's been 2 weeks since a real game, and I've done nothing for the past 3-4 days, whatever it was, since the game's come up. But play Football Manager on my phone, so I'm just like, so I just thought, who's fit? Okay, I'll pick a team. And then when the penny dropped is when you said that's so different to mine. I was like, why would it be different? And then I realised, oh yeah, because Walcott's playing well. And then Jordan mentioned Tosin. I was like, oh god, Tosin too. I didn't make up the part about the injury. I did think he was injured, but
I was going to say, was he injured on your game?
Oh dear. I've had an absolute nightmare.